Alright, let's cut right through the static. There's a ton of noise out there about 9mm handguns. I'm not interested in forum arguments about stopping power. That debate is settled. I'm looking at the hard data. I've seen the sales numbers from gun shops all across the US, and those numbers paint a crystal clear picture of what's actually dominating the concealed carry market, the duty holsters, and the competition circuit here in 2025. This isn't just my opinion. This is what folks are spending their paychecks on. And frankly, the list isn't what you'd expect. The 9mm cartridge is, without a doubt, the king of modern handguns. But why people are picking one platform over another, that's changing. And it's changing fast. So forget the flashy commercials. The pistols that are actually flying off the shelves tell the real story. They show us what shooters really demand: rock-solid reliability, features that work in the real world, and genuine value. So, we're going to tear this down. These are the top 7 9mm pistols that are setting the standard right now. And I'll tell you, number 1 is going to catch a lot of people off guard. It definitely proves the market isn't what the internet experts think it is. Number 7. The Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro. Kicking off our list is the pistol that basically defined the modern micro-compact category. Springfield's Hellcat Pro didn't just jump on a bandwagon. It set a new standard for how much capability you can cram into a tiny frame without making it feel like a penalty box. Now, the original Hellcat was a sales monster. But let's be honest, that thing was tiny, and a lot of shooters found it snappy and hard to get a full grip on. Then, in 2022, Springfield gave us the Pro. This was the fix. They added just a little bit of length to the barrel and the grip. It's still incredibly easy to conceal, but now it shoots like a much larger compact pistol. The real magic here is capacity: 15 plus 1 rounds of 9mm. Think about that. In a gun that's barely an inch wide. Just 5-10 years ago, that was strictly full-size duty gun territory. The grip texture is fantastic. Springfield calls it adaptive grip texture. It locks into your hand when you clamp down, but it won't sand your skin raw when you're carrying it IWB. And those sights, the U-dot sights with that bright tritium front post, they are absolutely some of the best factory sights on the market. Period. They're fast to pick up in the sun, and that tritium just glows in the dark. You don't need to spend another dime on aftermarket sights. Of course, the slide is cut for an optic right from Springfield. No trips to the gunsmith, no extra $200 milling job. You just bolt on your red dot, zero it, and you are ready to go. Pros. It's got best-in-class capacity for its micro-compact size. The factory sights are genuinely excellent. It comes optics ready as a standard feature. Cons. It's still a lightweight gun. Recoil is snappy. It's way better than the original, but you can't cheat physics. The trigger is a good, safe, serviceable carry trigger. But don't expect a 1911-style glass rod break. It's built for reliability, not for bullseye competition. Price. You'll usually find these in the $550 to $650 range, depending on the package. For what you're getting, it is one of the absolute best values in concealed carry today. So, the Hellcat Pro nails capacity. But now, let's talk about the guns that are winning based on pure ergonomics. Because feel is the new front line in pistol design. Number 6. The Heckler and Koch VP9. When Heckler and Koch decided to get back in the striker-fired game back in 2014, they knew they couldn't just phone it in. They couldn't release another polymer Wonder 9. This is H&K. Their entire reputation was built on legendary, hammer-fired workhorses like the USP and the P30. So, when the VP9 landed, it had to be perfect. And it pretty much was. To this day, the VP9 is the benchmark for striker-fired ergonomics. The grip is the main event here. We're not just talking a couple of swappable backstraps. You get interchangeable backstraps and interchangeable side panels. That gives you, get this, 27 different grip configurations. You can literally mold this grip to your exact hand shape until it feels like a $2,000 custom job. Then there's the trigger. It is absolutely a standout. You get a very light take-up, a super smooth press, and a short tactile reset that makes running the gun fast feel almost easy. It is, without question, one of the best factory striker-fired triggers on the planet. Heckler and Koch also added those little charging supports on the rear of the slide. They're small, removable polymer wings. They just give you a little extra purchase for racking the slide, which is a huge help for folks who might not have a ton of grip strength. You combine all that with a true cold hammer forged barrel, and you've got a duty pistol that is ridiculously accurate and just plain easy to shoot well. Pros: absolutely unmatched grip customization. 27 ways to make it fit you. A factory trigger that feels better than most people's aftermarket upgrade kits. Those slide tabs are a smart touch, making it easy to manipulate, especially under stress. Cons: this is German engineering, and you are going to pay the H&K tax. It is not cheap. The aftermarket support is good, but it's not the massive universe you see for Glock. It's getting better every year, though. Price: look to spend between $750 and $900. It's a premium pistol at a premium price, but the quality is absolutely there to back it up. Number 5. The Walther PDP Compact. So if the Heckler and Koch VP9 set the standard for ergonomics, the Walther PDP, that's the performance duty pistol, took that idea and bolted a world-class trigger onto it. This pistol landed in 2021, and it was the next step in the evolution from the legendary Walther PPQ. Walther basically took every single thing people loved about the PPQ and made it better. The grip. Man, the grip is the first thing you notice. The texture is fantastic. Walther calls it the performance duty texture. It's aggressive. It absolutely glues the gun to your hand under recoil. But it's not like grabbing a cheese grater. It won't tear up your clothes or your skin during concealed carry. But the main story, the headline, is the trigger. Walther put a factory trigger in this gun that feels like something you'd get from a high-end custom shop. The take-up is minimal. The break is phenomenally crisp. We're talking a snapping a small glass rod level of clean. And the reset is short and incredibly positive. You can't miss it. It is easily one of the best, if not the best, out-of-the-box striker triggers you can buy today. You add to that the deep, aggressive slide serrations, Walther calls them super terrain, and a frame that was designed from day one to host a red dot. And you've got a compact pistol that is pulling a lot of shooters away from the more established names. Pros: that trigger is just industry-leading. It's phenomenal. It's truly optics-ready by design, not an afterthought. The ergonomics are just outstanding. It melts into your hand. Cons: it does have a slightly higher bore axis. Some shooters feel this translates to a little more muzzle rise. The proprietary magazines aren't as common or cheap as Glock or Smith & Wesson mags. Price: you'll see the Walther PDP Compact selling between $600 and $700. For this level of performance, that is a whole lot of gun for the money. Number 4. The Smith & Wesson M&P 9M 2.0 Compact, back when Glock was the undisputed king of the polymer pistol world. Smith & Wesson threw their hat in the ring with the M&P line way back in 2005. Fast forward to today, and the M&P 9M 2.0 Compact is the direct, head-to-head competitor for the Glock 19. And I'll tell you what, in a lot of ways, it's winning. Its biggest advantage is ergonomics. The grip angle is set at 18 degrees. For a lot of us, that just feels more natural, more like a 1911 than the steeper Glock grip. You get 4 interchangeable backstraps, so you can dial in the palm swell to fit your hand perfectly. And the texture, that M 2.0 texture, is aggressive. When you take a firm grip on this pistol, it is not moving, even if your hands are sweaty or you're running it hard. The trigger on the M 2.0 series is a massive upgrade from the old M&Ps. It's got a much cleaner break, a very tactile and audible reset. It just gives you a ton more confidence when you're trying to make precise shots. You combine that with a rock-solid, durable finish and a reputation for being a garbage disposal. It'll eat any kind of 9mm ammo you feed it, and the M&P Compact absolutely earns its spot this high on the list. Pros: that natural-feeling 18-degree grip angle. Just fantastic ergonomics and aggressive, effective texturing. The M 2.0 trigger is a night-and-day improvement. It's a huge value for what you pay. Cons: some folks just don't like the hinged trigger safety. They prefer the Glock-style blade. It is a little bit thicker, a little bulkier than its main Austrian rival. That can make a difference in deep concealment. Price: most of the optics-ready models are selling between $500 and $650. That makes it one of the absolute best buys in its class. Number 3. The Glock 19 Generation 5. MOS look. There's no way around it. The Glock 19 is the single most influential handgun of the last 40 years. Since it first came out, it has been the gold standard for a compact pistol. It is the gun that every single other design on this list is compared against. And the reason for that can be summed up in one word: reliability. The Glock 19 works. It runs when it's full of mud, sand, or water. You can abuse it, neglect it, run thousands of rounds through it with minimal cleaning, and it just keeps going. The Generation 5 MOS model is what brought this platform into the 21st century. MOS means it comes from the factory with the slide cut for a red dot optic. The Glock Marksman Barrel, or GMB, gives it a slight edge in mechanical accuracy, and thank goodness, they finally got rid of those polarizing finger grooves from Generation 3 and 4, giving it a much more universal, comfortable grip. It may not be the flashiest gun. It may not have the best trigger or the best ergonomics on this list. But when you talk to law enforcement, military professionals, and serious armed citizens, when they need one tool that they know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, will work when they need it most, the Glock 19 is still the answer. Pros: absolutely legendary proven reliability. The aftermarket support is infinite. You can customize anything. It's simple, and that simple manual of arms is easy to learn and master. Cons: those factory polymer sights are, frankly, just placeholders. Everyone replaces them. It's the Glock tax. The blocky, squared-off grip frame and the infamous Glock knuckle just aren't as comfortable as the newer, more ergonomic designs. Price: a Glock 19 Gen 5 MOS will typically run you between $620 and $700, and they hold their value better than almost any other handgun on the market. Number 2. The SIG Sauer P320X5 Legion. The SIG P320 platform is the gun that made history. It's the one that finally dethroned the old Beretta M9 as the U.S. military's official sidearm. The X5 Legion. This is the top of the food chain, pure competition model. This pistol was designed from the ground up to push the striker-fired platform to its absolute limit. Its biggest claim to fame is that grip module. SIG developed a polymer that is infused with tungsten powder, so you get the weight, the density, and the rock-solid balance of a steel frame gun, but you keep all the modularity of the P320 system. That heavy frame just soaks up recoil. The core of the P320, of course, is the modularity. The serialized part, the firearm, is the Removable Fire Control Unit, or FCU. That means you can swap frames, slides, barrels, and even calibers, all using that one serialized chassis. This X5 Legion comes with a light, flat-faced, skeletonized trigger that is tuned for pure speed. It's got a 5-inch bull barrel for match-grade accuracy. It's got an extended flared magwell for fast, positive reloads. The slide is optics-ready, primarily for SIG's own red dots, but adapters are available. This is a full-blown race gun right out of the box. Pros: that tungsten-infused grip module gives it a steel frame feel and incredible balance. The recoil impulse is exceptionally soft for a striker-fired 9mm. It's a completely modular system built around that removable FCU. It comes standard with competition-ready features you'd normally pay hundreds to add. Cons: let's be clear, this is a big, heavy gun. It is not a concealed carry piece. This is a high-end premium system, and it has a price tag to match. Price: you're typically looking at $900 to $1,100. Number 1. The CZ Shadow 2. And taking the number 1 spot, a pistol that is an absolute legend in the competition world. The CZ Shadow 2. This pistol is built on the proven CZ75 platform. This is an all-steel, double-action, single-action beast, engineered for one thing and one thing only: absolute performance. It dominates USPSA and IPSC matches all over the globe, and for good reason. That heavy, solid steel frame does two things. First, it plants the gun in your hand. Second, it absorbs recoil so well that a 9mm feels more like a .22 long rifle. The CZ75 slide design is unique. It actually rides inside the frame rails, not outside like a 1911 or a Glock. This gives the Shadow 2 an exceptionally low-bore axis. What that means for the shooter is that muzzle rise is practically eliminated. The sights just track flat. But the heart and soul of the Shadow 2 is that DASA trigger. That single action pull. It is unbelievably light, crisp, and clean. And the reset is so short and positive, it feels like it's happening telepathically. You add in the thin, comfortable aluminum grips, a deep-cut beaver tail that lets you get your hand way up high. And the Shadow 2 just feels like it was custom-built for pure control and blistering accuracy. Pros: the all-steel frame and that low-bore axis mean recoil and muzzle flip basically vanish. It has one of the best factory single-action triggers you can find on any handgun. It is mechanically, ridiculously accurate and has the competition record to prove it. The ergonomics are superb, with that high grip and thin profile. Cons: also, this is a massive, heavy firearm. It is a competition gun or a range day king, not an everyday carry gun. That double-action first shot requires dedicated training to master. It's a different manual of arms than a striker-fired gun. Price: standard models are typically going to cost you between $1,200 and $1,500. So there you have it. From the smallest micro-compact that redefined what's possible for daily carry, all the way up to the all-steel heavyweight that owns the competition circuit. These 7.9mm pistols are what's really driving the handgun market in 2025. As you can see, there is no single best gun. There's only the right gun for the job you need it to do, whether that's deep concealment, home defense, duty use, or just dominating at the range. Now I want to hear from you. What 9mm do you trust? Did your favorite make the list, or is there a pistol you think we missed? Let me know down in the comments, and tell me why it's your go-to. If you got some value out of this breakdown, do me a favor. Hit that like button, get subscribed to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Stay safe and shoot straight.